Good afternoon, Trojans. We have another math problem here, and this word problem says a car is 4 meters long. How many millimeters is this? Show your answer as a table, an illustration, and an explanation. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is understand your word problem. If you don't understand your word problem, you need to go back and read it again. Now, if this one, I have to solve it as a table, an illustration, and an explanation. And what I want to do is start out with an illustration. And I'm going to use a mnemonic that a teacher taught me. So I'm going to pause the video for just a second while I get a tool set up. Mnemonics are tools that we use to help us remember things, and mine is a corny little rhyme to help me remember the parts of the metric system. And it is simply King Henry died Monday drinking chocolate milk. So I've got K, H, D, King Henry died, M, Monday, drinking chocolate milk. Okay, each one of these letters stands for one of the units in the metric system, and this M could also be liters, it can also be grams, but here we're dealing with meters, and with our problem we are going to do this. I'm going to pause again and work with my tool. Okay, I'll fire things back up, and I have to convert from meters to millimeters. So I'm jumping 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. Alright, since meters are bigger than millimeters, that means I'm going to have to multiply to find out what my millimeter label is. So I'm starting out with 4 times 1,000. And the answer to that is 4,000. Okay, what I'd like you to do now is I want to pause the video, and I would like you to figure out how to put this answer in table form. And then when you're finished, turn your video back on and I'll walk you through that final step. Okay, so in table form we're simply going to make a table of values. And on this side, on the left hand side, I'd have my meters, and on the right hand side I'd have my millimeters. So I have meter number 1, meter number 2, meter number 3, meter number 4. Okay, it takes 1,000 millimeters to make a meter. So on this side where I have my millimeters, and I should really label that as mm, I have 1,000, 1, 2, 3. I have 2,000, so I'm going to draw that 2, 1, 2, 3, and it's a little bit tricky to use this tool, but I'm getting the hang of it. And then we have 3,000, 1, 2, 3, and finally 4 meters equals 4,000 millimeters. The last thing we have to do is write our explanation to solve this, and I will have you pause the video, come up with your explanation, and then after you finish that, turn it back on and we'll compare answers. So here's how I handle my explanation then. I know there are 1,000 millimeters in a meter. Okay, so 4 times 1,000 equals 4,000. So my final answer is 4,000 millimeters. Alright, that's all you need to do to solve the problem like that. And it's very easy to do. To see this again, to work your problem as an illustration, a table, and an explanation, I almost said exclamation. To see this as an explanation, go ahead and watch this video as many times as it takes. You will be expected to know how to solve problems like this using these various representations.